Today, we are doing some news, and it will be brought to you by Factor Meals.
I'm sorry, what, Dan? You said Factor Meals?
Yes.
That's right. I'm a client. Look at that.
You just went and microwaved that Factor?
Why don't you do the spot?
Okay, factormeals.com/dumbzone50, actually.
Uh-huh.
Factormeals.com. You can use the code dumbzone50.
What do you got there?
50% off your first box. Yeah, what are you eating?
Well, what I have here is the sun-dried tomato chicken fusilli. That's a pasta with Italian herb roasted zucchini.
Fresh, never frozen, chef-crafted meals makes it easy to get the nutrition you need with a restaurant-like experience you deserve. It is fantastic. Remember, my wife left me this note long ago.
I'm going to tell you something else.
You saved that note?
I saved the wife note.
I'm going to tell you something else about Factor.
I don't know where to look.
So you're supposed to set your menu.
That's her handwriting.
3 days before your delivery, right? But last week I forgot. Wife and I forgot, and I was like, oh, no. They're just going to send me whatever they want. I didn't choose. It doesn't matter because whatever, in my case, 6, whatever they choose for you, it's going to be great. I'm going to go back to my food.
She writes about Factor. I had the pork chop. I don't even know why she left this. I didn't say I want this for a live spot. She said I had the pork chop, which is usually the easiest to make, tough, and terrible. She said it tasted like a steakhouse pork chop.
Damn, that is good.
It is.
I've had the salmon. I've had the shrimp as well, because that's the way I roll. But go to factormeals.com.
Another thing. If you have to go away for a month and your wife's super busy, you can't beat it.
Factormeals.com/dumbzone50. Or just go to factormeals.com. Use the code dumbzone50. 50% off your first box, which we use that word in a different context during this spot than we have earlier in the show.
That was great.
And then 20% off your next month. Thank you, factormeals.com. And
Hit me.
do you remember this?
Check it. Oh, yeah.
I do.
Here we go again. More bad news. Uh-oh. Dirty, rotten, so-and-so. News so dope. Love like the Pope. Bringing sweeter than equal. Info for the people. Ain't no sequel. Not full of fecal. CNN really does blow because we got morning news on your radio, boy.
Here's Jim.
Sounds like an Aflac commercial. All right, well, today's news, we're going to call this Dumb Zone News High School Edition because all of our stories today come to us from high schools. The top story, of course, Carroll ISD teacher accused of alleged sexual relationship with a student, according to authorities.
Oh, what a story in the community I live in.
Dragon Nation. It is with heavy hearts that we must address this public controversy. Keller police arrested 45-year-old Carroll Middle School teacher Angela Barnes following an investigation into claims she'd been involved with a minor last summer. Little tutoring, you know what I mean? Little summer school. Yeah. Now, Dan, as you see Mrs. Barnes right there on the screen, interested in this story? And also, why is she giving that psychopath smile at a story where she's being accused of the rape of a minor?
That is a crazy smile.
That can't be the mugshot, right?
I'm going to trust Rob on this one.
You think it's mugshot? Because it's got a nice little background behind it.
Okay,
It came from Fox 4, you say?
If that's not a mugshot, why did she make a photo of herself look that weird?
Because she's that weird hot, you know?
Detective received just a tip about the relationship last month. They confirmed that it took place in June and July and had since ended. So no harm, no foul, right? I mean, just a little summer fling. Yeah.
Kind of like Sandy and Danny, Blake.
Summer lovin', having a blast.
Is that
summer lovin' happens so fast.
Grease. I can't believe y'all all fell for that movie.
It's a good movie.
You know it's not a good movie. Now you're just trying to cuddle up to your butt buddy over here.
Just wait till you see little naughty Sandy towards the end of the movie.
Summer lovin'.
There were no hot people in the 50s.
Happens so fast.
None.
Summer lovin'. Got me some gash.
There you go.
We now go to parody songs
Just
Dan
wanted
has
a
written.
Finger blast.
And Blake on featuring Blake. My daughter does have 50s Day coming up.
Okay.
Amazon makes everything so easy.
What does that mean? Oh, okay.
The white and black shoes,
What's
the really
with
long dress.
All these schools, man, just have. Whatever happened to learning? It's all bits. It's like pajama day, and then today's sports jersey day, and
Yeah, it is, but also they're learning how to use a 3D printer. And she's learning things in kindergarten that I don't remember being taught in school until 3rd grade. So
And you were trying to make your wood pencil look like rubber.
right, yeah. So they've
Did you guys do that? Is that a universal thing?
yeah,
The rubber pencil?
Yeah.
Pen?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Anyways, we don't have any other further details on this regarding.
Yeah, give me some details.
I don't have any.
Oh.
I just have this photo.
Were they doing it? Is it just texting?
Okay, if it's from so
That is the mugshot?
I think it is, man.
Oh, that's a Keller PD
It says Keller
mugshot.
PD
okay,
on
yeah,
the tag.
she's,
Yeah.
She's smiling.
She's a little crazy.
It is a funny smile.
Well, it's at this
Is he
point
the
of the
luckiest
show
boy in the
where we
world?
award the luckiest boy in the world trophy to.
He must have a hog.
I mean,
I was talking to my wife about this last night when
Okay.
we were
I'm
on the
interested.
walk with the boys. And she couldn't understand it at all. And she's just like, how would the kid do that, too? And I'm like, I would have had sex with anybody who would have just had sex with me when I
I
was
was having
15.
sex with every pillow that I thought looked at me in
Yeah.
a seductive way at 15. Are you kidding
Like,
me?
it wouldn't have had to been a teacher that was that good looking.
No.
I mean, just about any of my teachers could have,
Could have gotten it.
hooked up with, some of the dudes. They weren't bad.
It feels like victim blaming, though, on your wife's part.
Well, she was saying, how could either of them, it's ruining his life, it's ruining her life. And I'm like, I go, it's exciting. It's probably exciting. And she's like,
course.
what? Like, she thinks I'm just sick.
Well,
I'm like, I'm just saying, you're just saying I can't see at all. Like, if she's saying, I can't even fathom at all that this happened. Okay, I can.
oh yeah.
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
it's got to be the most exciting moment of her life. And she's like, but she probably ruined it. She probably has a husband.
I
all
don't
this.
know about that.
Ruin her husband and kids. And I'm like, well, look, I'm just saying that is what made it so exciting.
Yeah.
The fact that you could ruin, it's a tightrope without a net under it. If it has a net, that's us going home and doing missionary, honey. the no net is you going home with a 15-year-old.
And I don't.
Don't you think that's exciting?
People bounce back from things?
You think she will?
Maybe. I mean, if there's a marriage, it's probably over given the public nature. But it's not like that kid's life is now psychologically. He's going to have some pretty serious trauma on his hands. As much as we joke about this, people who
Nah, he's
are
gonna be
involved
fine.
in something like that at that age, that usually ends up, like I know people who were in relations like that with a babysitter at like 12 or 13, and that does not go well. Now, it's
What do you mean?
Man.
Like when you get older.
Oh, you're saying you know a kid that was like 8?
No, he
Hooking
was
up
like
with
12, 13, and his babysitter was like 22.
Really?
Yeah. See, what I'm trying to tell you is how messed up that is, and
You're asking to see his medal.
you're getting fired up. I'm saying that can, you know what? Never mind. It doesn't matter. Just get over it. Mental health doesn't.
Look at moral police Jake over
I
here.
know. All of a
It's not
sudden, he
moral
cares about
police.
things.
Just gave
I
a boy
said
a
it-
medal, and then
I
he's like,
still
oh,
said it's
no.
hot. I'm just saying it can have some adverse effects on you mentally.
But I bet some people are fine after it.
Maybe, yeah.
Let's just not throw a blanket statement on all
Rape?
illicit sex. Would you call that rape?
Well, the judge probably will.
Oh.
No grape in the middle of news.
What? I thought you said grape and you said rape. You ate a Factor meal.
It was for the company.
They paid us.
They didn't pay for that meal, though. I want to tell you again. I'm a factor guy. At
Well, if
Farmersville High
Big
School.
Grape wants to advertise.
Farmersville High School, we have a hazing story. This apparently occurred back about a month ago, September 26. One student was arrested. 8 other students were arrested this week. At least 3 victims, all student athletes. This is, of course, a locker room incident.
Is it a Rugnet Odor hazing incident?
I think that one was pretty unique in that I don't know that there have been other ones where by being hazed, you're simply receiving a hand job from your teammate. Like, oh, we're hazing you, dude. No, that's not normal.
Didn't we see a picture and they're like laughing? They loved it.
Yes, everyone was. It's really weird. Rugnet Hodor's brother, Rugnet.
Yeah, you would think, boy, the weirdest thing about that is that his brother has the exact same name.
Not close.
No.
No. And he was playing in the Rangers minor league system. So there are no details about this one. They will probably come out because it will go to trial at some point, I would imagine. But your first thought is that it involved butt stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel lucky in that regard because my hazing was butt stuff, but it was someone else's butt sitting on my face. I'd rather that than somebody like in Horny.
So you'd rather have that than somebody messing around with your butt?
Than one of my teammates doing that? Yeah. Now, if I'm an adult in a loving, intimate relationship, we can talk.
Can you be loving and intimate with a butt?
Oh. This guy. Of course.
All right.
But I don't. But ours was they would pin you down and somebody would sit on your face.
See, I think I'd rather have
Like a number 2 pencil
loving and intimate with my butt.
with just a dude.
Rather than a dude's butt on your face.
You just kind of like scrunch up your face and then it's over.
This seems unsanitary. You
So
probably get sick.
the school, Farmersville ISD, will have their own investigation separate from the Collin County District Attorney. Now, these are the sort of things that I feel like can ruin your life.
What do you mean?
You might have to register as an offender.
Oh, like a sex offender?
Yeah. I knew a guy who, it was not a buddy, so it doesn't count.
Damn.
And he was probably lying, but he said that the reason he graduated from my high school, but then he hung around like a lot and was dating a girl 4 years younger than him when he was like a sophomore in college.
I knew that guy, too.
Yeah. And
Hated him.
he had gotten charged with a sex crime and had to register, and he was like, hey, just so you guys know, if you go pee in public and someone sees you, they will make you register as a sex offender.
That doesn't seem right.
Now, I can't confirm to you that that's what that guy did. That felt like the easiest way to explain why he was now being called an offender. But, I mean, if you
But he's also 24, probably dating a 17-year-old or something.
didn't help the public image.
Although, as somebody will email me, 17's legal in Texas, bro.
Every time. Another high school story. This one from, Blake, where's Westwood?
Don't know it.
It's on HBO, I think.
Where is
Deadwood.
Palestine, Texas? East?
I thought that was.
Does anyone know?
It's by Gaza.
No.
He's on fire.
No, he's not. Yeah, it's between Dallas and Houston. I would call that east. East-ish. Their coach, yesterday it was the Westwood ISD, a committee there, recommending that he be suspended for, like, sign stealing and improper surveillance. Videotaping opponents while scouting. And as of this morning, he has been suspended.
For high school?
Yeah, it's a 3A school, but they are undefeated. So he's going to be suspended for the rest of the year.
They're probably easier to steal their signals.
Yeah.
Like high school teams, you mean?
Yeah, than
Yeah,
college.
Sure. But he was using videotape.
That's kind of funny how that's not legal.
So just filming their signs and their boards?
Probably their practices. And I remember our coaches being real worried about that, which was hilarious because we sucked so bad.
That's
like,
why, because they kept stealing your
dude,
stuff.
we're 1-7. Like, why would you be like worried about the guy who's up, you know, in the stands at our practice? Like, boy, he might be the enemy. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. What do you, have you ever run into anything like this? Have you ever heard of your high school football guy? Is there chatter about this school or that school?
Yeah. That's a part of football. I mean, it's not high school, college. It's all of them. Like we read that book, Spies on the Sideline. I know there were certain teams, TCU knew that they did that a lot. And so they would switch their signs at halftime if they were losing or something. I mean, this is across the entire sport. Like, you need to be aware that some people are trying to look at your signs.
I just know that high school football is very gossipy. Like, it's a very word travels fast like environment. You know what I mean? It's a bunch of teed up dudes who are in control of kids. Like, they all kind of think they're God, you know? What are you looking for? What? You looked like you were intently looking for something, and you had me.
No. You go on. And
So there was another incident. This one also, a forcible touching football hazing incident. This one occurred in New York City. And this is always interesting because these kids got arrested. And the parents in the community are standing up saying they should only be disciplined, not arrested. Something very similar happened when the Richland poop dollar incident occurred.
Oh, yes.
Because they went to the kid's house, the cops, and they were like, hey, we know there was a videotape. Get it. And his parents freaked out and were like, you need to talk to the police. You need to give them anything you have without asking for an attorney, which, of course, is your first move. And so the kid just said everything. He said everybody's names. He gave them the videotape. And my mom went into like full Aaron Brockovich mode because this was all my friends who played baseball trying to argue. Back then you could still argue this, that since what they did didn't happen on campus or in relation to a school activity, like it was all baseball players but it wasn't at a baseball event, that they shouldn't be punished by the school.
Yeah, I can see that.
And she fought real hard. All of them were kind of like, we're kind of afraid about fighting the school. And my mom's like, no, fuck it.
Did they lose?
I think they ended up reducing it.
Okay.
But not, because what happened
That's odd that your mom would do that, because she seems like a disciplinarian type.
Yeah, but she is a disciplinarian who doesn't trust the state.
Okay, nice.
So, like, if a teacher got in my shit.
So she'll do it herself, though.
She would say that. Like, she would come to the school one time, like, a teacher kind of gave me a chest poke. And I told my mom about it. I think I was in 5th grade. And she, like, it was not pretty.
Yeah.
It was like, look, nobody puts his hands on him except me.
When I was in elementary school, your principal could paddle you.
You could, yeah. I could still get that in middle school if your parents signed the form. But, like, I didn't love it because I was like, damn, I know that she's not playing around about this. Like, I am going to get it at home, and it's going to be way worse than a poke in the chest.
What would you get?
Oh, the slap, the wooden spoon, like the spatula.
Face slap?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't think I ever got that. But Mom would use the just whatever was handy.
Sure.
Spatula.
I find the slotted spatula actually hurt worse because it could get a little more momentum on it, you know? Little aerodynamic. Yeah.
The thing is, you also had, at least with my mom, because divorce, well, as you were part of that too.
I was the cause of it.
Yeah. Dad, that was really scary, but Mom wouldn't really hurt, so you had to kind of learn to act like it hurt more.
Yeah.
Because my brother would he would overtly, like, mock her that she's not hurting him.
I got to that point.
Oh gosh. That's not smart.
Danny, well, I liked it. Danny and I were talking about this when you were gone. At some point, you just start laughing.
Yeah, well,
like by your teenage years, you're just like, do more. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
do more.
That's not, well, yeah, I guess if your goal is just to keep it going and mine is just to get out of this situation somehow. So I'll pretend it really hurts.
That's our show in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All right, well, shout out to all the local high schools. And we would like to say that if Angela Barnes wants to be on the show.
Yeah, what's your side of the story?
Yeah, I feel like you're not being heard here.
Right, everybody's jumping to a conclusion, and we're not going to do that.
All right, there's your news.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.